Welcome back, adventurers, to Wartales. Today we are going to be determining the fate of the swamplands. The devs have been cooking up this enormous new region for months, so it's time to see what surprises they have in store for us within the main story. We begin at the border crossing, the very first location, the very first new location you will meet, and right here we have Professor Hadwidge we can speak to be able to begin our quest. Are you planning to go to Ludern? I may have a mission for you. You'd need to free an innocent man from an unjust fate and would be handsomely rewarded. Are you interested? We will be gaining crowns, Alazarian powder, influence, and crucially, the progress for completing the region. As you know, Alazarian commoners are forbidden from entering Harag. I did not know. Despite our many warnings, one of our soldiers made this terrible mistake of crossing the border. His family is very worried and fears he might be dead, but our sources have given us hope. He is awaiting his trial at the Stone Court. Bring this man back to us. Excellent. Alright, here we have survived the swamps, made it to the Stone Court. What are we faced with right here? We have Judge Nevig, Judge Lugalans, and then our prisoner is over here, is he? And is shaking with fear in his cage. The judges seem to be ignoring him. So I can pick the lock. Interesting. Yeah, the judges really have nothing to say here. I wish there was something to interact with on these intricate carvings here, but they say they found him among the dismembered bodies of his companions, and the punishment for an Alazarian prisoner to come into Harag is death. So let's see if we can crack this lock. The man leaps out and runs as soon as the cage opens. Oh boy. What happens? Where's the prisoner? Why would he run from us? He escaped. We must catch him before he kills anyone else. The man was surrounded by dismembered bodies when he was found. Maybe he butchered his own companions using some unknown... Yeah, that's exactly. I'm sure that happens all the time in the swamps. Why would you think that? Catch him before it's too late. We must protect the good people. Okay, so if we capture him and bring him back for criminal proceedings. Okay, so they don't realize that we were the reason he escaped. If we bring him back, there's always two sides to how you can complete these main story quests. We will be able to receive pristine fangs, and obviously align ourselves more closely with the natives rather than the Alazarians. Alright, we got a new location marker. Find the soldier. This is at one of the clan encampments. Which one is this? Oh, you gotta love it. It's covering up the name of the location. Anyway, it's one of their main settlements we'll have to go to be able to retrieve the man. So we can either bring him back for the Alazarian powder and aligning ourselves with them, or go for the pristine fangs and stick it out with the marshman. Oh, there he is. Is that him? No. Come back here. How are you so fast? And where did you get those weapons? Alright, well, we'll just follow him, I guess. Where would he be hiding? Town Hall, the tavern? Let's check out the tavern here. Alright, he wasn't in the tavern. He wasn't in the town hall. Let's have a peek around the market. Now, I have a feeling... I've been looking around. I think it's... there it is. Yes. Alright, so you can right-click and move the camera, just like you can in battle in these maps. I figured that he was going to be hiding somewhere. Lieutenant! He's an officer. The scholars said we could make it, but it was impossible. There were so many monsters. They said they were pursuing knowledge. Knowledge! Who were pursuing it? Your leaders or the monsters? Shouldn't be too hard to capture him. Lieutenant Grotschak is now following your troop. Alright, is he considered a prisoner? Alright, it looks like he's just part of the troop now. I suppose that we have promised to bring him back in a secret prisoner exchange. Now is where we have to make our decision, and we are going to bring him back to the Alazarians, as we initially promised. Well, Lieutenant, you led us on a merry chase, but now it is time to get you back where you belong, other than stirring up trouble in the marshes. Have you rescued our soldiers? Yes, I have. Unfortunately, only the one. I see he can no longer disclose anyone's plans. You could have spared yourself the hassle of freeing him, I suppose. But never mind, we have him now. Our soldiers will find a use for him. As for you, here is your reward with the compliments of Alazar and its university. You're able to get the coveted Alazarian powder, though this is not nearly as rare as it used to be. Merchants are selling it. Our next piece of storyline is coming at the small tracker camp. So this is right next to, this is really interesting. They have a smidgen of another region pasted in here that actually connects between. This is even though it's grayed out on the map or blacked out on the map, you can walk from Tiltrin and this rat infestation point. There's a pass to be able to get you through here, through Sovenford town, which is the only location here, but there's basically nothing there. It's just a tavern, not actually a full town yet. And then you get over here, but this region has its own name, and then you get into Harag. But here we are, small tracker camp. Being able to speak with Tracker Voseg. A man wearing strange clothes was lurking around the tomb. We tried to intercept him, but the wretch saw us coming. He managed to escape in the swamp where the fog is thickest. When we finally gave up the chase, my sister Senuna was missing. We are tasked with keeping intruders out of the tomb. We can't leave it unguarded while we're looking for Senuna. That's why we need you. We trackers are willing to pay whatever it takes to find one of our own. We'll be able to get white leather. Ah, the coveted white leather. The skin of the ghosts. We will accept. Could she still be with the intruder? He might lead you to her. We suspect he's a smuggler. You could ask people traveling on the roads of Ludern. Maybe they'll know something. Ah, the master tracker will offer us a hunt. The Tomb of the Ancients is our priority, so they need help with our monsters. Yes, I will accept the Ludern hunt. Right now we're going to focus on completing the main storyline, but that's going to be a very exciting encounter indeed. Maybe something to trade. Strangers usually don't. Oh, but I am no normal stranger, my friend. I love these shops more than basically anything else in the game. So we're going to grab Blueprint Impaling Stake. Ugh. We got enough teeth to be able to buy anything we want. Blueprint Protective Collar. So we've previously gotten the blueprint for the Spiked Collar. Now here, recipe, the Tail of the Wolf and the Hop. Okay. This is something we can cook. Seems like too elaborate to be a dish that any of these trackers would enjoy. Impale a corpse on the stake to generate influence after each rest. Wow. Wow. Protective collar. When this unit should die, it survives. And the collar, this is amazing because your animal companion, so it's wearable, it's animal armor effectively. When the animals drop to 0 hit points, they just die. They don't get the dying state like your normal companions where you have a chance to be able to heal and revive them. So in this situation, you're able to spend croc swine, scale, white leather, and normal leather to be able to save their life once per battle. And finally, we get the Tail of the Wolf and the Hop. Critical damage increased by 25% and increases the troops' happiness by 4. And provides 40 food? Are you what? What are the beer-infused wolf ribs, candied fruit, and beer? Okay, so you have to combine 2 other recipes into this recipe and add 6 beer on top of all that. That seems pretty amazing, but I don't even know how to cook candied fruit yet. So we're a ways away from being able to craft this meal. Now we are on the trail of Senuna. Talk to the Ludern smugglers because we believe that the man that they chased away from the ruins was a smuggler. The sister could still be on his trail, or at least that is the only lead that we have right now. These swamps are just the worst places. If the mosquitoes don't get you, the plague-ridden Forsaken will. Alright, he's supposed to be just... Oh, the smugglers are right up here. Yes, yes. But the boars, they're going to get to us first. Alright, there we go. Talk to the smugglers. Ah, mercenaries looking for a plague remedy, are we? Don't bother asking anyone else. We're the only ones who sell it around here. So we're able to buy Cure for the Plague, and this is the only place you can buy Cure for the Plague in this region, which is pretty tough because there's plague-ridden everywhere. You really want to be able to have this. They also got a recipe for us here. Plague Essence Oil. Damage dealt to plagued units increased by 20%. Now, I've already picked up a bottle of the oil, but I don't know the recipe to be able to craft more for myself if I wanted to. I think I'll leave that for now, and right now we've got 5 cures for the plague, so let's ask the smugglers about the missing trackers. Fugitive in the mist. Nah, it doesn't ring a bell, to be honest. Anything else I can do for you? What would it take to make it ring a bell? We can pick up our suspicion, or we can just go, 50 influence is pretty cheap for us. Ah, such flattery. Though it is true, we have a knack for being in the right place at the right time. We did see some bloke getting chased by a tracker, but he wasn't one of ours. 2 of them went around the hill behind a Moratage? Behind the farm. Straight to the cursed village of Lethir. That sounds great. I'm sure. Why would the tracker want to go there? She knows what's there. You decide to go after them. You'll need what we're selling. The place is crawling with plague-ridden monsters. Yeah, I've got my own. For now. I'll probably come back. Maybe I'll get lucky and not have to use it. What are the odds? Following the tracker's directions. We've gone past the farm here. We'll see if we can sneak past these boars. And then we need to cut up to be able to make it to the cursed village. There we go. That is the mist-shrouded ruins are our welcoming village. Now I have already cleared the village. Makes me wonder exactly how this encounter is going to go. It's going to make me replay the noise setup. So the way these cursed villages work is I already have a video that's exclusively about clearing the village. You set up a team of scouts. You need to be able to hit a certain amount of willpower. You can keep on adding more characters to the party, but then the more characters you have, the more noise you produce. And when you go and explore these different locations, it causes noise. When the noise meter hits 100, then you get put into some really challenging combat up against the plagued units. Are there any secrets here right now? I mean, it seems like we can just kind of pop into these already explored buildings and try and see. Oh, there we go. We found it. This time I've got you. You can't escape. Wow, she is one determined tracker. You're completely insane. The plague-ridden will be here any minute. That's your problem. You're the one who chose to come here, scholar. You should have known it'd be crawling with plague rats. It's crawling with worse than plague rats. Shh, for the eye's sake, be quiet. Mercenaries, shut her up. I'll give you anything you want, but we must leave before. Ah, they're already here. Yes. Ooh, we get a named plague-ridden here. Dogosa. Level 6 plague-ridden, and we have 2 allies. The abandoned village battle. So I have already done one of these. I know what to expect, and it is brutal. It is absolutely brutal. So we're in this dilapidated house, very tight map. Plague-ridden start breaking in through wooden barricades in the walls. They jump in, they vomit, they spew poison, they infect your units, and you have to be able to effectively waste characters' actions to use the find a way out action. Fill this bar at the top to be able to escape. The thing is that you get diminishing returns every time that you use the action on the same turn. So it is advantageous. Well, you're forced to keep on fighting for multiple rounds effectively. And Dora, don't stand right next to him. You get a damage boost if you're a little bit away at least. Yeah, impale him. Good. Spear throw to get the kill. I mean, I love getting the new execute animation, but I'm surprised that spear throw would have triggered it. All right, so then if we walk up, we're able to block the entrance. We'll move Loki across. Do I want Loki to attack? I mean, I want Axe to attack. I think Loki needs to get out of the way. Honestly, he can come around. Well, yeah, Axe is going to guarantee to be able to finish him off. So we're going to bring Loki around, zoom in, show off the find a way out action. There we go. Be able to fill up our bar at least a little bit. Good, good. Oh, we do get the professor in here as well, and he is an archer with shoot order. Interesting. Ooh, Axe, do you actually reach? Please tell me that you reach. Yeah, that's what I want to see. Now, with our expertise for being in this situation, here the ally's taking his turn to help us search for a way out. I've moved everybody up against the walls where there are the wooden barricades so that we are prepared as more inevitably try and break in here. We got a plague rat on one side. Yeah, the plague rat, and then the plague ridden here. It's a little bit hit and miss, but usually they do not attack you if their base is still within the red zone. Ah, no, the rat still decided to attack. Okay. Jab, you're going to have to be able to fend this guy off. I don't want you to have to deal with this. You are the last turn, though, so you're just kind of stuck. I suppose... Yeah, you can throw up the spear wall. I've got plenty of valor points, and here things just keep on getting worse. We're about halfway through, and now we get these hazards of more plague-ridden coming through the collapsing ceiling. A plague-ridden is about to go through the ceiling to right here, and they have broken in everywhere else. Hopefully with the addition of our allies and Axe free to move around within the middle, we'll be able to deal with whatever drops in. And also hopefully like the plague-ridden decide not to attack my archers. That would be great. Okay, Loki's engaged. And that means then we have a poison cloud over here. All right. With a counter strike, oh, we get the crit. That's actually beautiful for us. So now we want to back up out of the poison cloud. That'll mean that more of them can break in. But between Loki and Axe, well, we're going to have to also deal with the guys falling in through the ceiling. It's going to start coming down to some combat. Hopefully, what can you do? Tracker, you've got natural strike. This strike always activates the oil applied to it. We don't know what kind of oil she has on her weapon. And then the professor with shoot order. I don't know how useful that's really going to be. I want you just upfront damage up against the plague ridden, please. Here he comes, busting in through the ceiling. And now two of them will come in. This guy's come through. He's poisoned, but he actually gets healed by poison, as the stat line of the plague-ridden troops is just crazy good. We're gonna use slice and dice here to be able to drop him. Oh, 96 damage. I guess I could have used something with the valor points that he could have still looked for an exit. Oh no, snipe. No, no, no. This is what I really didn't want, was my archers getting dragged into melee combat. Your characters cannot search for an exit while they are engaged. So these guys who are engaged will have to fight the enemies here. And this one is about to go. Wow, things have turned really bad. Things have taken a very harsh turn against us. We're gonna run Dora across. That gives brutality to both of us. Then we can use 1 health. Are you kidding? Are you kidding, Dora? You couldn't have summoned up 1 more health? Anyway, we're able to come through with the spear throw. And then I suppose we'll move a little bit more central here. I want to make sure I take care of the characters in combat first here, and then we'll use the leftovers to be able to search for an exit. Maybe? I don't know if we can get out this round or if it's going to have to go into next round. I think it will have to go into next round. Especially because I believe our allies are going to try and use their attacks with enemies available to them, rather than search for the exit like they have been able to do for every other round so far. Odo, you can still look for another way out, right? What do we want to do with Snipe? He's got run to be able to get away from this plague-ridden. Oh, piercing arrow can be used even in close combat? Alright, well, I'll use that. Legendary bow coming to the rescue. Let's go. The poison stacks are really picking up on him, though. We'll want to get him out next round. Okay, the professor is just set on finding us a way out. I like that. I do prefer that. Odo, help him out. Oh, she is too? Okay, so the tracker is desperate to get away. I thought she would come over to be able to fight this plague-ridden. You know, just a little bit of support. Might have been nice. Clint can light him on fire. There we go. Not sure that lighting the building that we are trapped in on fire is the best move, but fire does bonus damage to all the plague ridden, so that's what we're going to go with. I think next round we're going to be home free, though. We better be. They're starting to overwhelm us. Nobody picked up a plague-infected wound, though. Keeping us from having to use any of our plague cures is very good. Oh, that was it. Odo did the last one. Beautiful, beautiful. We're able to pick up infected blood. I could take one corpse for the impaling stake. We haven't crafted that yet. We'll mess around with that later. And then we've got a lot of damage here. We'll go ahead and repair all. I do love some of the improvements that they've made here where you can get better quality out of your repair materials. And that means that assigning a character in the camp to the Tinkerer's workbench to produce 2 repair materials every rest is actually very valuable. Why is he still alive? Why did you protect him? By the eye, there's no need for another tantrum. We just made it out of a cursed village. Can't you just be grateful to the mercenaries? I'll be grateful to them when you're dead, you Alazarian scum. Whether you like it or not, mercenaries, I will kill him. Mercenaries, don't let her do this. I'm willing to go right now and leave Ludern forever. She's a madwoman. And all I ask is to leave in peace. Oh, we would have to execute Senuna. We'd be able to get 150 crowns for plague-infected outgrowth samples. Those are essential for being able to create weapon oils. Very valuable. Or we can execute the Scholar to gain white leather times 16. Also, an extremely rare and valuable crafting component. I feel like this one we began hunting for Senuna. We were sworn into the trackers months ago. We've always tried to take their side. They've even taken our side on, what was the quest? There was one of the Vertrusian quests where the trackers helped us out. So we will go ahead and execute. Why can't we just let him go? Like, we have the force of numbers. We'll execute the Scholar. Wise decision, mercenaries. Truly you share our values and our struggles. Take this. I'm sure my brother didn't promise you as much. No, but anything for the trackers. Now, normally here we would be able to go on and pick through all of the cursed village, but I've already done that in a separate video, so check that out if you guys are interested in seeing what the rest of the cursed village encounter looks like. Our next stop in the quest line brings us to the Nerprun clan. This is up on the hilltop, and it has all the packs of boars that are right outside. If we go into the market, then we're able to speak to the chief. You managed to get in despite the croc swine. I don't know what's gotten into them. Those wretched things usually stick to the swamp. She has the symbol of the croc swine on her chest, but nevertheless, the packs are hemming in her village now. For days now, they've been attacking anyone who tries to leave the village. The minute we let our guard down, they try to get inside the houses. The situation is dire. We're out of wood to light the warning beacon, and there aren't enough for us to wait for reinforcements. A little help would be appreciated. Am I going to have to kill them all? What do I have to do? We need to find some wood to light the warning beacon. Thankfully, I always keep a stockpile of wood on hand, so we're able to have the 20 here to be able to give over. We can do that. Firewood will be our salvation. Meet me in front of the fire. I'm going to prepare it. Oh, and they're going to have to fight so many of the swine. Oh, and the merchant. Ahem. Could we find somewhere more private to talk? Just a moment. This guy is a foreign merchant. It's possible I'm not actually a merchant, and that perhaps I'm not unconnected to the croc swine attack. I admitted it was my fault. I made a mistake. It was an accident. I thought this experiment posed no risk and that the reagents were safe, but my measurements were off. As an Alazarian scholar. Always Alazarian scholars. Yes, I am an Alazarian scholar of note. I hold a university professorship, but these barbarians don't care. If they find out I'm responsible for their troubles, they'll have me hung. We really need to work on the English localization, guys. Let me slip away quietly before they start asking questions. Distract them when the reinforcements arrive. I beg you. I have a family. I'll give you all the crowns I have. So if we allow him to leave, we will gain an extra 150 crowns. Well, All's well that ends well. And then here, this is it. This is the tower. I thought we were going to have to leave the village or something. Perfect. The oil and wood are all set. Once they see the warning beacon, the Yebel and Garusa clans will rush to our aid. There'll be enough of us to slay the Crocswine. But in the meantime, everything rests on your weapons. Flames drive the Crocswine mad, and as soon as the fire is blazing, they will attack. Oh my goodness, we're going to have to fight off the hordes and hordes of piggies until we're able to get reinforcements. Alright, you can ignite the warning beacon whenever you are ready. This is going to be a long fight. I think I am ready. Let's see, is there any other... Everybody's healed. All the armor. I like the weaponry choices that we have right now. Let's do this. Are you ready to light the warning beacon? Yes. Let the pigs attack the town. Level 7 Crocswine, 19 of them. Oh, this is going to be a battle. The Crocswine here are the perfect cocktail of everything that is miserable to fight against in this game. Every attack will deal bleeding. If your character is already bleeding, then they stack poison. When you kill them, they leave behind mosquitoes, which will do damage over time as well. And you get all these swarms of mosquitoes that just cover the battlefield. They are, so bothersome to fight against. Thankfully, even though we are quote-unquote defending the town, we caught them surrounded with our initial placement here. So that has given us some nice advantages. We're able to hopefully keep things spread out so that the mosquitoes won't be a problem. At least that's the goal here. We'll see how well the battle plan executes. Allied reinforcements made it? What? Okay, so we've got a boar, a blocker, a bear, wolf. Okay. They had no ticker or counter for me to expect this, but we've got help now, guys. Honestly, the enemies were not that difficult. Most of the boars were just wasting their turn. It's almost as though the wild animals didn't understand how to fight a force of professional fighters. Who would have thought? Though these mosquitoes, are they going to actually kill Snipe? Who has healing on this side of the map? Odo does. Odo has heal. Yeah, we got galvanized. Alright, we should be able to just roll through things at this point. The reinforcements are too slow. We already had it covered. Oh, and their bear's just going to run through the fire. Okay. Take 100... percent health damage is so nasty. I just want to start itching just hearing that sound effect. Why did the developers ever create this? Alright, Loki, can you just get us out of this hellscape of battlefield? Yes, let them go. Let the boars scatter, and we'll leave this mosquito-infested burning swamp. We're able to pick up a bunch of carcasses, Crocswine scales, I believe. No, this is their meat. Some teeth, grease. This is the scales. We'll grab a bunch of those crafting components. Be able to grab in the leather. Oh, and Wolfie has become a level 6. My level 6 alpha wolf. I think we take the double up into constitution, though at, 92 constitution. Adding 2 to that really starts to feel like diminishing returns. I guess it actually increases your health by 4. We're looking for level 8 to be able to grab Natural Born Hunter, I think is the skill that I'm going to go ahead and go for. Why is it considered a melee skill? Guard Wolf just seems very thematic, but the amount of times where you are surprised and ambushed in camp is very low. I think I'm going to stay away from that. Oh, looking at them up close, these things are so cool. You have done it, mercenaries. You have saved us all. Yeah, it was not easy or fun. These are already headed to the market. Let's make haste to join them. We're selling the Crocswine already. If they're headed toward the market, they're going to be after that merchant, aren't they? And we had a deal with him that if we could get him out safely, then we would be able to make some extra crowns. Yeah, here he is off in the corner. Alright, so we have our vendors, we have the different hunters gathered around the feasting table. And then we have the leader here. Let's try talking to the merchant. Remember our agreement, right? Go on, distract them. I'll make myself scarce. Thanks again, I knew I could count on you. Yes, yes. I thought initially that the separate clans would have a storyline where they were warring against each other, but they're showing a lot more unity than that. And so far the storyline has been about them trying to oppose the meddling of Alazar, which is, it's an interesting take. Oh, we can just take this. We can just grab the candied fruit. And the wolf, I guess this is our share of the feast, right? Everybody else is getting their portion, and this is what is allotted to our mercenary company. I can appreciate that. It's extremely valuable. Don't be shy, mercenaries. Help yourselves. The feast was prepared for you. Ah, yes, it was prepared for us. All this is in your honor. Without your help, we all would have ended up as crocswine food. You are a part of the clan now, part of the family, so to speak. So please accept this gift as a token of our appreciation. Here we can report the Alazarian Scholar. Why does it show crowns twice? Interesting. Or we can simply accept. Silently accept the reward, and then we can turn to effectively double cross. I mean, it's not necessarily double crossing them, but it feels like double crossing the family now that they've made us part of it. We will accept and play the greedy mercenary line. There we are. You received a strange letter. Someone is waiting for you in the secluded cottage. Very interesting, but while we are here, we're going to make good with this apothecary. To be able to heal our companion's wounds, we will gradually be able to repair the armor with our replenishing raw materials. And come on, we give them good business, but I don't have brains. So we're just going to pocket this misty oil and leave. There we go. Is this the merchant traveling solo? Oh, we're gonna need to camp before long. Come on, catch him, catch him. No, gotta camp. And now we are wanted by the guards. Of course we are. But we were able to learn Misty Oil. This is giving us, every time a skill deals damage, has 30% chance to also deal 50% of its damage to enemies next to the target, so you get splash damage on any weapon. Kind of crazy. Gonna learn that one. And sit down and absolutely feast. I guess we should actually go slow. Oh, this is where we can craft that recipe that we learned from the hunters, right? No, we need beer. I need one more beer. Okay, but we can eat one of these beer-infused wolf ribs. Save the beer and then be able to fill in the rest with the carcasses. They quite generously gave us the meat off the swine. I suppose that is how repulsive eating croc swine is. Given that we are currently wanted by the guards, we will track down the scholar who owes us later on, and we'll head straight to the secluded cottage right now to be able to pick up on this next episode of the main quest. We are traveling, so we are right here at the clan. We cut across and then around the lake to be able to make it to the secluded cottage. There's a band of outlaws over here. I'd like to be able to avoid them right now. Not super interested in fighting you guys. I'm sure I can pick up a quest to fight you guys later. Here we go, the secluded cottage. Is there anything loot worthy here? We can inspect the barrel to be able to pick up a couple Alazarian powder. And even more Alazarian powder. Wow, alright. Professor Winfrith. Good to see you answered properly when called, mercenaries. You may not be aware of it, but you've been a great help, and you've shown us that you are both reliable and competent. That is precisely what I require for a very special mission. Have you ever heard of the Phantom Swarm? Reward promised. Blueprints, spiked collar, and the typical main quest rewards. Don't I already have spiked collar? Tinkerer, tooth collar. I already have tooth collar. Okay. Yeah, I'm in. First off, you will escort me to the beginning of the trail. Here's a map of the place drawn by our sources. Lead the way. We have a Winfrith's map. Excellent. And we have recruited him into the party. He is considered a foot soldier, level 5, but he has no weapons and only has a merchant's outfit. Okay, so he's going to be dead weight. What are we looking at here on the map, Winfrith? Okay, so we are next to one of the clans over here. We got a question mark drawn right here. This is a location that we'll be able to interact with, the lower swamps. I think I know where this is. I believe that this is off of the Garusa clan. It's going to be right over here. I don't think any of the other clans necessarily make sense because they are not... I mean, this one... Let's pull it up again. Not the compendium, inventory, show map. No, I'm sticking with my answer. Let's go see if I'm right. Oh, there's the swarm of the dead. The migration of all the Forsaken. We're going to cut around to try and avoid these sheriffs while we work off the heat, but I believe that is the beginning of our trail. Alright, we shook off the sheriffs there. So are we here? I believe we are here. Does this look right? Ah, yeah, we found it. Yes, I was right. Okay, the one other thing is I want to look at the Ludern hunt. The report mentions a corpse lying somewhere between the Ludern jail and Fat Claw Cave. Okay, so this is separate because the Ludern jail and the Fat Claw Cave is much to the west of the region. We have Cave, Ludern jail. Yeah, so in between there is where you pick up the Phantom Swarm from the trackers. But here, let's inspect all these little bodies. What a massacre. As surprising as it sounds, there was a survivor. You may have heard of him. As for what happened here, let's say you will find out shortly. I hope that your sake that you will be more competent than your predecessors. So this was probably the lieutenant that we busted out of jail? Let's follow the trail. We can talk once we find the Phantom Swarm. Okay, so now we gotta follow the blood speckles through the swamp. Oh no, I'm glitching through the puddles. Beautiful. Okay. We want to stay far enough behind all the zombies that they don't aggro. Because if those guys are after us, we're just gonna have to double back far out of our way. Thankfully the trail takes us up here out of the swamps. Things are at least a little less dangerous. I mean, everything here in Ludern is out to kill you, but we're able to make it on up. Is this bringing us back actually to the stone? No, this is just taking us to the edge of the map. Interesting. Is this where the trail grows cold? This is where the trail grows cold. So now I get the wonderful opportunity to decide if I want to... Oh, if we can go in right now. There we go. The man you didn't denounce in the town of Nerprun has sent you a reward. Okay, so he just mails it in to us. Okay, okay. Here we go. Get in for the hunt. Excellent. Okay. A number of jumpy things were happening there because we were so low on stamina. I was very worried that we would have to camp and then miss the Phantom Swarm spawning, or I would have to fight them with the debuff of being exhausted. This Phantom Swarm is ideal for what you are trying to accomplish, mercenaries. For what you are, I'm not trying to accomplish anything. I need 3 of these monsters alive. Are we actually going to be able to capture the ghosts? Don't give me that look. These abominations can be captured just like any other animal if you have the right tools, that is. Look at these chains. They're made of a secret alchemical alloy created by our most eminent of the scholars. To this day, it is the only metal capable of holding these monsters. Take these to capture the Phantom Swarm. We get 3 Alazar's chains, and we are fighting ghost wolves and phantom boars. Ah, so we are the Ghostbusters now, with the equipment to be able to capture the phantoms. You have to capture at least 3. Hopefully they don't get reinforcements, and there's just a sea of ghosts out there. Let me quickly refresh myself as to what these guys have. They have Sharp Fangs, so they cause bleeding. Terrifying Presence, they add the stacks of Terror. And I do remember that the patch has rebalanced the fights with the Swarm, so that when you kill a Phantom unit, it will remove Terror from the unit who gets the kill, but not across the entire team. We want to look for any opportunity that we get to be able to actually capture these guys in alive, but we also obviously need to thin their numbers. So we're gonna let Axe have just a field day here. Hopefully it gets a crit. There it is. Able to make things simple for me. Back up a half meter. So that previous lieutenant's company had been hired to tame the Phantom Hunt. Preposterous. Well, this is going to be a tall order, but I think that we're going to be up to the challenge. We're coming to the position where we need to start looking for captures. Here we're able to get in. Alazar's chains have a 100% capture chance. That was changed in the recent update. It had been bugged that you had 100% capture chance on everything. That is no longer the case. Now there is actually a chance of failure when you try and capture via normal means, but apparently these Alazarian chains are guaranteed to be able to hold these monsters. Oh no, they do have reinforcements? So, do I just win when I capture 3, or do I have to fight them all? Where did they all come in on? Oh gosh, there's so many. Okay, so we're no longer trying to thin the herd. We are looking to be able to capture everything. Alright, Dora, I need you to not crit. Thank you. And now you can come across, land the knockout. Okay, so we've got 2 of 3. We could do this. Will 3 captures just end the battle early? I sure hope so. We can bring Snipe across, sprint him into position, use the chains. This is our 3rd capture. There we go. We've got all the captures. It looks like we are still going to have to finish out the battle. As long as we don't see yet more reinforcements joining their side, finishing off the remainder should not be too bad. Famous last words, I know, but it should not be too bad. We'll run Wolfie up. The bleed is gonna hurt. Hopefully we can. Oh, we still have to fight a nightmare? Are you kidding me? No. And they got more reinforcements. They're all over on this side. Good gosh. I can see why the lieutenant and his band failed. Does the nightmare at this level have any other tricks? Looks like all the same stuff that I am used to. So he has a ranged attack, binding terror, so he damages a target and then he connects them to another target. And you have to get those guys to meet in the battlefield to be able to prevent getting a lot of terror stacks added up on top. Then he's also got Terrifying Presence, so when you attack him, you gain a stack of terror. And we have Stuff of Nightmares. No. Terrifying Presence. Every time this unit attacks, they apply 1 terror. And then this is Stuff of Nightmares, so when you attack them, it applies 1 terror as well. Alright, thinning out their numbers. Axe is down to 2 health. If the Nightmare attacks him, it's over. Yeah, because Snipe is able to get close. We've also got First Aid right here. He's able to get close, but just not quite make it. Heartbreakingly close. First attack against the Nightmare is just chip damage from Loki with his poison throwing knife. Being able to get the status effect on the Nightmare is something I really wanted to get that percent health damage going. Ooh, Peppa took a hard one there. Now, Dora, does she just get into range? I hope so. Spear throw. This will apply bleeding. Yes. Alright, we have the full concoction of damage over time effects going. We need to be able to save our Valor point for potential first aid. We'll run Fozzie on up here and just watch his health melt under bleeding. Alright, they went for Loki. Who did Loki bond to? Well, we needed to get Snipe up here anyway to be able to apply first aid to Axe, and that will clear any of the stacks of Binding of Terror. Be able to come out with this bow attack. Oh, that's still clipped. Why did that clip Loki? I didn't see it was clipping him. We're just scuffing everything, guys. Alright. So we'll wait, be able to generate the Valor point. Comes in against Black Friday. Black Friday should be fine. And it looks like the Phantom Swarm is going to fight to the man. I don't think we're going to get them to just scatter and flee. Alright, Dora, this is your time to shine. Everybody's low health. You need to come up here, be able to do this beautiful 3-man spear throw. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. In a turn of poetic justice, it is Axe who gets the final Phantom Swarm kill. We're able to loot a lot of pork, a lot of wolf meat, red eyes, white leather, pristine fangs, and Clint has reached the level 6 gang. I love it. We will go for the double up on a movement just because that is so precious. And we're waiting for level 8. It was a most impressive fight. A skillful way you narrowly escaped death. Yes, it was close. Alright. Give me the creatures. Give me the creatures you have captured. We will hand them over. I don't want anything to do with these guys. That should do it. Here's your reward. You certainly earned it. The hunt has begun. You've collected the blueprint. One last thing, if I were you, I'd avoid North Ludern over the next few days. In fact, I would simply leave the region entirely. What are you planning? Rumor has it that the Ludern trackers are gathering in their largest camp. And that is going to be for the Fate of Ludern. Let's go ahead and learn the spiked collar here. When this unit has 30% health or less, it gains Berserk. Damage and damage taken increased by 100%. That's very interesting. Normally getting Berserk where plus 100% damage taken feels like a very negative thing. But say you put it on your glass cannon wolf. Your wolf at 30% health is probably not taking an extra hit, whether that hit is doing 100% extra damage or not. So the spiked collar, meaning that he does extra damage when he's riding that fine line, and then is able to score a kill and then use one of his self-healing techniques. It's pretty interesting. I think we're going to craft this. Of course, now they have me hooked. We can either go to the large tracker camp where we know the trackers are gathering en masse, or we can go to the northern region of the swamps where we were warned not to tread. Oh, I want to go and see what it is so bad. All right. By the power of save scumming, we're going to see how this plays out. I'm glad you're here. We'll need all the best trackers we can get, and she's acknowledging we're the best. Guard told us about a monstrous carcass surrounded by strange tracks. The swarm attacks are intensifying, so this hunt could be even more dangerous than usual. Are you well prepared, mercenaries? Make sure you are. And let us know. We will leave together. We will get strategy, perspective. That's like a tome. Is this a new skill? A brand new skill that I could teach my companions? We will, of course, accept. Oh, this is taking us somewhere else. Follow the trackers here. Don't go here. Oh, there's so many options now. Why is this guy staying behind? I won't take part in this hunt. Someone has to guard the camp. I suppose you're right. Wait. I want to be able to buy your traps because I have a serious problem feeding, Fozzie, Wolfie, Peppa, Black Friday. They require a lot of food, so we'll get this. And then we will head out. Okay, sure. The trackers sprint right through the Sea of the Dead, yeah. Well, that leaves us to follow behind. Okay, this is the area. It looks like we actually beat the trackers here. Can I talk to them? I think this is what I'm supposed to do. It is on the map. It is on the way towards where we are not supposed to tread. So I have a feeling that it is a stepping stone of a quest to be able to get there, ultimately. All right, come on, talk to the trackers. No. Oh, wait, what is this? Okay, the trackers are running off. They're like on a patrol. But we can inspect right here. Ah, the guard wasn't lying. It's a phantom wolf carcass, all right. So something else killed a phantom hunt. These wheel tracks are the only clue. Let's get to the bottom of this. Find the merchant or traveler who came here before us. They might have seen something. So now we follow along the blood trail, it would seem. Ah, there we go. We can just follow the trackers also. No more boars. Get away. I don't need more food. Okay, good. We thwarted them. Nope, they're back on us. Great. At least we have a good head start. Maybe we'll wear them out. Ah, the secret camp. Excellent. What is going on up here? Okay, so we've got the cages, the caged animals. Can we interact with anything else? And then trackers here. Inspect. The cage holding this monster captive is made of a metal very similar to the one covering the professor's chains. Alright. And here are the trackers. They're saying that we have to destroy the cages or else these monsters will attract others. They're crying for help or something. Okay, go for destroying them. I wouldn't touch that if I were you, mercenaries. That's Professor Hadwig. I did warn you to stay away. It's the second other professors. These two are in league, of course. Who are you and what is the meaning of this? Answer me. Alright, this is bait. The trackers are worried that it's bait for the phantom swarm, but the professors say that it's something more prestigious. They're trying to lure the beast to Ludern. Oh, have you guys seen the black scaly land serpent in the game's early access release trailer? That's my guess. They're saying that it will wipe out the entire kingdom. Okay, this is where we side with one or the other. The Alazarians say that the bait must be protected. The trackers say that it must be destroyed. Oh, will I actually get to see the monster? I mean, I want to see the monster, but I also have been trying to help out the trackers in pretty much everything. Okay, we're going to help the trackers. Oh, Professor is fleeing the battle. Of course she is. Force disengage. If a guard unit starts their turn engaged in combat, they execute an attack of opportunity. Interesting. Who are the guard units? Foot soldiers, tacticians. Do these have the category force disengagement, skillful disengagement? There are a number of very interesting things going on with this battle, one of which is that we've got the Master Tactician on our side who has the Animal Bond passive. If this unit ends their turn next to an allied animal, they apply deflection to it, reducing the damage that animal is going to take by 70%. So we're trying to align as many animal companions as we can right around the Master Tracker, and this Slaughterer is also going to trade places with Peppa, I believe. There we are, nice selection of animal companions to be able to gain deflection. Got Black Friday here in the back as well. On the enemy side, we've got the Professor, and we've got standard, fairly standard, foot soldiers and lieutenants. Their most interesting unit here is the Tacticians, who have attack order. They order an engaged ally to perform an attack of opportunity. If they themselves are engaged, they cannot use this, but if they end their turn engaged, they get a guaranteed critical attack of opportunity and then disengage, which is crazy. Like, that damage is so high. This Tactician is trying to go next, but their ability won't mean anything if none of their allies are actually engaged with us. So I think the play is to be able to slow roll things a little bit with our archers, and then we can try and play more reactively in the second half of the battle. Second half of their turn when we see where they are going to make an effort to push against us. So we'll move Clint up next to Axe to be able to pick up the Valor point here. Now we've got another turn, so we find Snipe. Where are you, buddy? Wolfie here should be able to down the Professor. We don't get any combat bonus from doing so, but it's still one step closer to being able to defeat all these guards. Fozzie has incredible movement here. Oh, we could go either for this no, I don't want to go for that Tactician. I'd probably go for the Phalanx Soldier here. Phalanx Soldier using Stunning Assault, doing damage and applies destabilization for 1 round if the enemy is already engaged with an ally. Are you kidding me? So, how are they able to do all of that? They got the attack of opportunity. Then they hit for another 5 for some reason. It's like they have a basic attack in there. And then they got their crit attack of opportunity plus disengage. And Fozzie over here is left with just 100 hit points. Wow. Hey, there we got the deflection on Peppa. I don't know if it's enough to be able to save her. 20 health remains. Up against this foot soldier who's able to do 24 to 48 damage. We could math it out with 70% damage decrease and then her own damage reduction of 25%. Means this next attack is just gonna glance off of Peppa's scales. Alright, so hopefully she's able to stay around in this combat. I was thinking I might want to push Eowyn up because Eowyn has taunt to be able to draw the heat off of Peppa. I may want to anyway to be able to get in this foot soldier's way. No, Peppa. Peppa's down. The deflection really helped putting the first attack to 5, but I forgot that they get the free attack of opportunity, so the follow-up deflection was spent and Peppa's dead. Haha, the mosquitoes from Peppa are after her killer. That's hilarious. Let's see what Fozzie's able to do here. We get the attack. That gains us relentless. So we get the 2 attacks? We actually make 2 attacks there? Then we can clip over to Clint. They'll be able to give the attack order here. Get Fozzie in once again. Does that provoke the 2 attacks? No, he only gets the 1 there. There we go. We will allow the last one to flee. As we mark our victory. What do we get? What do we get? Wow. Alazarian Tactician's Jacket, level 8. 74 armor. And valuable Alazarian Gamison, medium armor. 114 armor. Guard Mace, level 8. Oh my gosh. These are so overstated. We'll grab all of that and more in the passing of Peppa Pig. Excellent job, listeners. You bought us some precious time. There we go. Let's not lose any more. Everyone to the cages. We must destroy them before. Did you hear that? We're done for. Run! What is happening? Okay, I'm not gonna fight the boars. Oh my... What? What is that? Phantom Swarm level 7, Ghost Wolf, Phantom Boar. Oh my goodness. So, strategy perspective. I have to have a strategy table. Read this to learn a new strategy for your strategy table. That is something that I have not interacted with at all up to this point. I think we were able to jump in here and still, yeah, we can still try and help our characters. So we can heal Fozzie, but just the sprain is not going to be slowing him down any. And we're low on repair tools to be able to top anybody up. I think we'll go for Loki. Oh boy. Phantom Swarm level 7. Let's go. Reach the escape area and get your companions to flee. So we just want to get out of here. We have Phantom Swarm all over this area. I'm not seeing the big crazy thing out there. This is me. That's Wolfie. Oh, thank you, game. Thank you. Spawn Wolfie in the fog, and he starts with terror. Wonderful. This is yet another of the brand new combat types with this new patch where we have to be able to reach the escape zone. And here, retreat. Yeah, you cannot retreat. So that is disabled for this battle. We have to be able to get people within this zone and then get our units out to safety. The spawn-in location is not doing us any favors. We have the bulk of our forces over here, backed up against the fog, and most of the Phantom Hunt in our way to be able to make it out. So we're going to have to make sure that we attack and move very consistently, stay close together, be able to push through them, and just hope that their reinforcements come on another part of the map. Let's see, we're also playing without Valor points because I dumped them all at the end of the last battle. There's Flee. Flee the battle, instant. Cannot be used if this unit is engaged in combat, so we need to be able to get everybody over to be able to use this action at the end of their turn. Oh no, at the end of every round, we just gain a stack of terror. And the unit will flee the battle after 5 applications. Well, I mean, isn't that what I want to have happen? You're giving me mixed messages here, game. No, there goes Dora. When a unit flees in terror, they disappear from combat. But do not leave your troop. They will reappear once the battle has ended. Okay. So, I mean, our objective is to flee. And she fled, so... task failed successfully. Here it is, the Howl of the Beast. Applies 1 terror to all enemies and fury to all allies. But he's not here, is he? He's not depicted deep within the fog. I don't see him anywhere. Fozzie is running in fear. Cowardly bear. No! Fozzie. New round is starting, so who do we still have standing? And what is the terror situation? More plague-ridden are approaching? What? I don't see any plague-ridden. These guys are overlapping. I don't know what's happening here. Game's bugging out. Loki's leading the charge off the screen. We're very close. We're going to be able to get Black Friday nice and close as well. Now, he does have a rearing, which would give inspiration, doubling the movement of everybody around him. I could see potentially a clever use. Oh no, they're cutting us off! They brought in a bunch of reinforcements all specifically to cut us off. Where did everybody else come in? So there's a clump over here, and then a clump over here, and this guy's next. Alright, Dora, can you... Well, he clipped through Loki's base, which glitched out the previous ones. So I don't know how dangerous this actually is. If I lock him in combat, is it going to make it worse? It's probably going to make it worse, isn't it? Yep, there we go. Now, we'll cut all the way off here. We're not able to use flee because we already used our attack action. Or our character action, or main action. Yeah, these guys, there's 3 of them on the same 6 tiles. So they're all kinds of bugged out now. Wolfie's gone. Black Friday's gone. We were able to deal with the rest of the units that were trying to intercept us. But Axe is still so far from the exit. Come on, man. You gotta be able to give me more here. Move a little more. Alright, Snipe is about to flee, but a clever use of setting up this kill for him will remove a stack of terror. And there we go. He's ready for more. Odo is out now. Amazing. So it seems like we had, what, half the troop flee because of terror? And now half will be able to flee because of the retreat mechanic. There we go. Axe successfully fled. Our mighty captain surveys the battlefield as he stands alone, assured that all of his other men have made it out safely. And Jab flees. Odo's feats have earned him the nickname Odo the Scared. He earns an amplitude point for running away. Oh, injuries suffered. Odo the Scarred. Odo the Scarred. I was just caught up in the thematics of what had just happened. Oh, we gain Fur of the Beast. This fur looks more like rope than animal hair. A sense of unease overcomes you as you look at it too long. Ugh. Each time, this unit should be affected by terror. They gain rage instead. Stackable damage increase. That's insane. Alright, I will pocket that away with all my other goodies over here. be able to collect the rest of our spoils from the Phantom Hunt. And Odo, you've got your amplitude point to be able to spend. We're going to double up on movement, baby. Most important stat in the game. Your troop emerges from the fog and the beast has disappeared. The only sign that it was ever here at this camp is this camp reduced to smithereens. Wow, everybody is just devastated after that fight. Alright, eat up, everybody. Eat up. You received a message from the clan. They require your presence post-haste. Alright. So we have to trek across this swamp in this sorry state. Is there anything for us to inspect here about the beast? I know they said there was no other sign of it being here, but I just want to make sure because that was so cool. Alright, let's get out of here. Yeah, the camp is destroyed. You can't go there to look at anything anymore. Let's get out of here. Oh my goodness. These boars are after us. Phantom Hunt just spawned right in front of us. It's not one thing, it's another here. Here's to hoping that all they wanted to see us for here was to give us a nice reward, right? No other repercussions of what happened out there. Here's Senuna after we saved her. So, Heroes of Ludern. Are you ready to save us once again? Oh boy, what is happening now? So you're still alive, I see. Tools be damned. There's just no killing you. No. We are always ones to survive. Except for Peppa. Peppa did die. Little reunion will have to wait. We have precious little time. The beast you saw, that invincible monster, we now know why Alazar lured it here. Their aim was simple, distract us so their scholars could get their hands on what they've been eyeing for centuries, the Tomb of the Ancients. Yes, I have been wanting to explore that Tomb of the Ancients as well. The woman who fled during the fight will stop at nothing to reach her goal, we are sure of it. We will go to the tomb and stop her from desecrating this holy place. Come with us. We fully trust your men and their skills. I will, of course, accept. And there it is, off the black of the map. We were able to access the Tomb of the Ancients. We'll meet you in front of the tomb. You are now permitted to enter. Oh, what secrets lie inside this Tomb of the Ancients? Well, that will have to wait for the next episode. If you guys have enjoyed the video, then leave a like. Let me know what you guys thought of the main storyline here in the region. I feel like it really is a step up from the initial regions that we got. But until next time, thank you guys for watching and have a good one.